Hi, how are you today? I always do the phone thing, but I can't hear you. That's when I do this. That means I think you're muted or something like that. I see you're talking. I can't hear you now.
Someone turned my microphone off. No doubt, little tiny fingers.
Shame. Hi, good evening.
Good evening. I'm gonna share the mic
Yeah,
a little bit real quick.
yeah. Let me do the same thing. Then we'll get into
Gonna
it.
try to get on a few minutes early, and it just never. I'm late for everything. I am really bad for procrastination.
So why don't you set your clocks a little off?
Yeah,
Make them a little bit.
yeah. I do like when I have to work and stuff. I always do. I have to set my clocks a little bit, like fast.
Yeah. Okay.
Trick myself. Yeah. Very, very bad. And it's not even on purpose. It's not that I just straight up procrastinate. It's just that I have so much shit going on, that I just honestly, like, I forget. I'll just forget stuff. Like, when you go to do one thing, and then, like, one baby cries, and then the other baby, you hear like this crash from the other room, and like, it's very easy to
Oh
forget.
my gosh.
Yeah, and that's my house all the time. Like, I was laughing earlier because I literally walked into the dining room and both of my toddlers had pulled out a chair, and I heard them laughing really hard. So I got in there. They were up on our dining room table, like hopping around, just like in a circle. The both of them, yeah. And who does this happen?
Did you get your squirt bottle out?
I just got them
Tell me
down
you
there.
got a squirt bottle.
Yeah.
So how about those? Hey, Chrissy, welcome back. How about those quiet moments?
Yeah, that's when you know something serious is wrong. Like when it's
Deafeningly
quiet.
quiet.
Yeah, like I was like, oh, I heard them laughing, and I knew they were up to something. But like when it gets quiet, for sure, then you're like, you have to go find them because they are hiding, and whatever they're doing is not good. Like okay, like last night, my daughter came in here, my oldest daughter, and she's getting, she's got a couple little blackheads. She's like, would you, help, whatever. So I'm paying
Yeah.
attention to her, and I realize it's very quiet, and I look down, and my youngest baby, my toddler, is in the floor. She's right below us, and so I mean, this goes to tell you this is my fault. And she's so super quiet. She has a whole bag of donuts that I don't know where it came from, white powdered donuts, and every one of them, she's laying down. There's powder on her head. She's just like.
Well, you don't know where the donuts came from?
I mean, like they came out of our kitchen, but I don't know how she got them. Like, probably
Oh,
climbing. They're climbers. They're very bad climbers. The both of them. Like, my son's really bad for jumping off of stuff. Like he likes to climb.
sounds like they're very good.
Am I breaking up really bad?
Either you or I am one of the two. We're having storms coming in.
But yeah, like it just
Because
like,
when I say something, I can hear it repeated in the background, like directly afterwards. Is there an echo when I'm talking?
Very slow. I can't really hear it, but I was cutting out just a minute ago. Like I looked all choppy. Like.
Okay, well, it's one of us. Do you have some snow up there?
It's supposed to be coming. I haven't seen it
Down
yet,
there.
but
Okay.
we're at the top of a mountain,
Yeah.
so if any snow comes, we'll get snow here. It's so crazy, like being in this mountain range because you can be in town and there'll be like no snow and school be called off, and I'm like, what the heck, why? But then you'll see like they have cameras at the top of some of the tall mountains, and it'll be like a foot of snow, and I'm like, well, the bus ain't really getting up there. Yeah, okay, I guess. Like, hi from Texas. Hi, Bio 41.
we got Bio 41. We have and Kent Robert Nelson, Kent Robert Nelson, Shan Chavez. Nice to have you guys all here.
Yes.
So you met Kizzy again this morning, I heard.
I did. I got up super, super early. And,
It is so early, and they're so like live, aren't they?
Oh yeah, she was like, oh, how she been up. She was all pretty, and done her makeup. I like got up and blew dry my hair out straight and slapped on some, because I knew, because she's, you can see her in her video. She's always very nice. So I'm like, shoo, it's early for me. But I did. I got up and I told my story on there. She was supposed to post a video. I know she was busy. She went to work, and that's why she does them so early, is because she works. But so she's supposed to be posting the whole video. I cried. It was good. It was a
I
good
heard your story live this morning. Oh, that's great. Very inspiring. I know she is so inspiring, isn't she? She has come so far and rebuilt her life. I am so proud of her, which is part of the reason why I fully support Leanna. Like she's a pillar. She's strong. She's that that
Hello.
person you look up to. Hey, welcome.
Hello. Where are you from?
Did you get that, Leanna? I didn't hear that.
I cut him off. I don't think. I think it was music. I thought it was
Oh,
like
okay.
I sounded to me like a recording or something.
Yeah. So it's pretty wild that we're starting to get those too. I get the goofballs like that pop in and out. Like yesterday. But I was like, are we actually gonna have any? Because it seemed like it was going so well at first.
Yeah, and then it seems like the past couple of days people have stop it.
Decided
Yeah.
to say hi, huh? So what'd you do today?
Not a whole lot.
But besides talk to Kizzy and tell your story.
Got up this morning and did that, and then I went out to I do physical therapy on Monday and Thursdays, so that's really it though. I went to town.
Okay. What do you do for physical therapy?
Oh, they go in and do all the little exercises and stuff, trying to, like I said, my job is very, very hard, and my back was never good in the first place. I've done, I did drywall for years, hung drywall for years and stuff. So
What?
yeah, oh yeah, for 3 years, 3.5.
Okay.
Yeah, when I first got out of prison, I had, like I said, I had my oldest daughter in prison. When I first came home, it was me, and so I got lucky. Like as soon as I stepped out, like my parole officer actually hooked me up with a couple, a man and a woman that he owned his own little drywall business, and they needed like a help. They taught me everything. I'm actually pretty good. They taught me everything I know, and we did drywall, some painting, but mostly just hanging and finishing drywall. We did like nice custom, like Anderson and Artisan homes and stuff. Like,
Oh wow. Look at you.
yeah, like the archways and spiral staircases and stuff. Like it's really hard to like drywall.
Hey, Kels.
Spiral, but I don't know.
I know it's tough work, and I tell you what, I don't have the patience to be a finisher either. It's just not my thing. How you doing, Holly? How you feeling today?
Oh,
Hey,
let me
Kelly.
tell you, it has been
Okay.
such a wonderful day. Like I
Yeah.
made a lot of new friends. Yeah, I just got up another live with Marie, and then I sent an invite out to a girl in there. She's really struggling right now, man. She's having today's day one for her, and I didn't want to, I like to give my opinion about what I've done, and yeah,
Sure. Day one. God,
yeah,
my
I
day
invited
one
her
was
over.
awful.
Yeah, I know. Could you imagine? Oh, I can't go back today. Oof. I hate
No.
this.
Do you remember your day one, Leanna? You're muted. Still muted.
Yeah.
My son is popping around here, and he's
Hey,
saying stuff.
that's
so
right.
But yeah, mostly always in jail. Mostly my day one was almost. I don't know if I ever had a day one. I guess I take that back. One time, I guess when I got pregnant, I came down here, and kind of got something to come down. Gradually, kind of. I don't know. But it was never good, never ever good.
Yeah.
I remember all the, the hot and cold.
What's going on, James?
Hey, welcome.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, it was almost like you went.
Good, buddy.
Almost like going through menopause. Hot and
Let's
cold.
hear that, my
flash.
friend.
I don't know.
Do you are you in recovery, Justin?
Nope.
No? Are you recovery curious, or you just stopping through?
Honestly, I'm just stopping through just to see what's up.
Okay. So this is Feral but Sober. Right here up top is our host, Leanna. I support Leanna in her recovery journey. She supports everybody else. I also support absolutely anybody in recovery and those who are not. Whatever works, as long as the end goal is like something positive and inclusive. And we've been doing our best to kind of just build a platform. She does interviews for a podcast. Also, she's on like all the platforms. And so we just get on here and we kind of shoot the breeze. Sometimes it's like really heavy recovery centered, and sometimes it's just just chit chatting. So, well, there's everybody.
Yeah.
History, Rachel, Ruth. What's
I like
up there,
that, James.
Ruth?
Hi.
James,
For now.
Yeah.
that's really good now that you say that, because I feel like, from my standpoint, a lot of people, they need it.
So I I appreciate you saying that, because I definitely need it in my past. I normally always just try to speak for myself, because we're all on different levels. We were just talking about that the other day. We all define recovery in a different way, but I definitely needed it. And I've dealt with nearly 25 years of addiction. I'm now 5 years sober, and it's changed my life. How you doing today, Rachel? I got you just muted.
I'm good. Oh, if my grandson would leave my stuff alone.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
You remember
they
your
should
day
charge
one,
you.
Rachel?
What is it?
Your day one.
Say it again.
Your day one. So Holly popped in and said that she invited somebody because they're struggling right now, and it's their day one being sober. And it just got me thinking, like, where I was on my day one, and like I didn't even have to make it a day one before shit was horrible. It was like 2 hours in, and I'm just like, I'm dying. But I empathize with those who are beginning of the recovery.
I remember my day one down to the specific 2:26 a.m. November 26, 2008 is when I went.
Let me kiss you. Going bye bye.
Woo! You say 2008?
Yeah.
Wow. That's right. You do have some time in.
17 years, and I can tell you the exact and have you ever had one of those moments where just your body's adrenaline kicked in and you went from intoxicated to instantly sober and clear-headed to just get you out of it? Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just something happens and suddenly you're no longer riding the high. You are clear-headed and sober because your body's like, you need to get the hell out of here. We're giving you every resource to.
Are you talking about like when you're actively feeling loony in the moment, and then all of a sudden you're just like...
Yeah, and this even goes for people who aren't addicts, like people who are just drunk, having a good time, and something happens and suddenly they're sober.
So I've heard a lot of those stories. Yeah, like a lot of those stories, like I've heard people say like that was their higher power calling, like, yo, it's time to wake up. It's time to, you're headed down a path that could just be treacherous,
If it's okay, can I share my story?
Yeah, absolutely. So, is that what happened to you?
So, I'm 36. I grew up in the 90s. I was undiagnosed autistic in Central Texas, and my older brother was abusive towards me. Like, I don't, to this day, I don't know why, but every day of my life till he went to college, he was just, you're my special project to torment. And then he comes back and he's like, hey, we're the best of friends. And so when I went to college, because I was literally diagnosed autistic 2 days before I graduated, and they basically told me, hey, you're autistic. Good luck.
Oh, wow.
and I went to a very small college in Texas. Like, it was smaller than my high school, but it was also in a town that was a transshipment point for Bolivian marching powder for the cartels. So, very big drug scene. And so I do not remember September of 2007 to November 26th of 2008. That whole 14 months is gone.
Yeah.
But Thanksgiving was always a real bad holiday because I had to deal with my brother and my parents and all that bullshit. And I had snuck out of the house. I was wandering around my parents' neighborhood, and I was out of my fucking mind.
Mm-hmm.
I was on grams of uppers, a couple tabs of LSD. Like, I was just crazy. And I'm literally walking through the neighborhood, talking to myself, smoking cigarettes, and I hear cowbells. And I'm using cowbells as a general term, but just the bells you hear around livestock. And I see this herd of just what looks like goats that are made of shadow walking in front of me, and being polite, I stop and I wait for them to walk past. And then I see a shepherd, his glowing red eyes. And he looks at dead red and he goes, "Dude, you need to stop." And I am dead fucking sober in a second. And I don't know where I am in my parents' neighborhood. I pull my phone out. It's 2:26 in the morning. And I start wandering around until I find landmarks to gradually navigate back to my parents' house and sneak back through my window. But later that day, I joined the Army. Like, I literally enlisted.
Oh, wow.
Went to basic a couple weeks later, spent 5 weeks in basic. That got me clean, but it also got me kicked out of the Army because I had a psychotic break during training, and they found out about it, and they were like, "Hey, we're sending you home." But like, that moment, 2:26 a.m., November 26, 2008, is when I went sober.
Wow.
And I hit 17 years last week.
Wow, that's amazing. Hey, so history. Real quick, I mean, I appreciate you sharing that. It sounds like you got like a lot more that you could even expand upon. But Leanna, she does a podcast where people get to kind of tell their recovery journey. If you guys like friend up, maybe, I don't know. She's always looking for people.
I mean, I'm willing to tell it if it helps people, because it's a lot. That's just me going sober. The last 17 years is its own long, complicated journey.
Well, it's going to be like that, you know. It's a battle every day that we all have to face. That's why we can only take one day at a time.
It's not just one day. Sometimes it's 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 second. That's what nobody tells me.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
We got the boxes full.
What? Oh, there they are. There's my guy. I'm counting down for you, Ember.
I saw one of AJ's things.
What was it?
I saw one of AJ's things today. Is one of his pods. That's pretty cool.
Wait, what was it? I'm sorry.
I think
my hair. I look
you
like
were
a
gone
wild.
when he spoke last night. AJ is a counselor, a substance abuse
Oh.
counselor.
I was just about ready to say, "What's up, Mr. AJ?" Somebody else said in the comments that they saw one of your pods earlier.
Yeah, Holly.
Oh, great. Great. It's not, you know, it's funny. I don't really do a podcast on addiction counseling or anything like that. I did a few episodes on it, but the reason being, after, you know, working in it for so long, I had stopped about a couple years ago, and I still help people, but I didn't want to have it be a situation to where you know, that was basically all I was doing, because now I'm doing a lot of personal development with people too. So, you know, it's been a whirlwind, but I really appreciate a lot of what I got from coming on yesterday and reaching out to a couple of people who are, I really appreciate that. I just want to say something really, really quick pertaining to, you know, treating people who are going through chemical dependency. I can tell you this as a really interesting story. I've never battled with any type of an addiction. Now, I would drink from time to time, and there was during periods of time in the decade of the 90s, I would drink pretty regularly, is the best way I would describe it. And I remember this happened about maybe 10 years ago. I literally had I was in school and I had finished up one of my degrees, and I had a party at my house. And so I made a drink. I had my drink of choice, and I made that drink. And literally, after just taking one sip of that drink, I experienced like a euphoria, and it put me back into a club that I used to go to in Boston, Massachusetts, where I would have that drink. And it only lasted a couple of seconds, but I really felt like I was in that club, while I was taking that drink. And so, and now keep in mind, now that's just me who's really wasn't addicted, but imagine someone using a stronger, more physically dependent drug and feeling that. Because a lot of my clients used to say that I was counseling inside the prison, they would say the hardest thing they would do is when they would clean, if they had to walk past a house that they used to buy from or even use in. They say that is the hardest. They said that would be the point where they would feel that euphoric feeling that I was just describing. But they said sometimes it could last 30 minutes. It just depends on, where they were at in recovery, how long they used, all of that. So it's really a difficult thing. And one other quick thing, and then I'll let y'all, continue. I want other people to talk too. Is one other thing I want to say, which is really interesting. Some of the physical, the long-term effects of substance use, a lot of times we don't really talk about it. There's just like, I had a friend of mine who was, using crack cocaine during the 80s, when the drug was a lot more powerful. And he has a lot of permanent things, permanent things that's going on with him. He's developed Parkinson's disease and a few other things. But a lot of the things that are happening is I'm starting to see some of the people who are using, some of the physically dependent drugs. They're having like a lot of twitches, nervous twitches type things. They're having, different things like that. And it's like permanent. It's like it hasn't really quite gone away. And I guess, that's some of my concerns with it. I want to see or speak to the panel asking if y'all notice some things like that, and does it get better as time goes on if you were on, like, say, a physically dependent drug?
If you're on a physically dependent drug, does it get better? The nostalgia of going down that road, the passing that house, is that what you're asking?
Yes, yeah. Does it, like, the longer you stop using as the time goes by? That's one question, because you see, in my situation, after I counseled people who were in a prison setting, after they went through a program and different things, and I did one-on-one counseling with them, after they got out, once in a blue moon, they would contact us back, but we really couldn't track them to see how well they were doing unless they actually came back in on a
So,
yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Check.
History, you're up. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, the first 5 years of my sobriety, where I went to, I had a dealer who worked. He had this policy: if I brought him a new customer, he'd give me an 8-ball for free, even if they didn't buy anything from him. So he got very rapidly into just, hey, come with me to this guy's house. And the first 5 years were the hardest because a lot of the time when I was doing the Bolivian marching powder, I was drinking, smoking cigarettes, doing other stuff. So it was a codependent feeling. And then when I was going out drinking, the euphoria and the physical need does fade after a while, but that twinge and that desire and need is always going to be there. It just gets lesser and lesser and easier to manage. It's just, in my experience, those first 5 years are the hardest. That's the biggest hump to get over, because once you're past that, it's, from my experience, less and less, but it's that first time period where it's the hardest not to trip back into those old ruts and go back down that path.
Good. That's good to hear. I wanted to make sure that it does get better as the time goes by. As the time goes by, that maybe that goes away, especially if you were a hardcore user. One of the big problems that we used to have is people would use multiple types of drugs or substances, and what would happen is they get in treatment we call it the synergistic effect. When you combine two different drugs, it makes them more powerful than if you were to take them on their own. So it can double or triple the potency. And so we used to explain to people that we have to get you to a point at least where you can't do that, because that's when the serious problems occur. That's when you're going to be rushed to the hospital for a variety of different things. So we just try to tell people don't do that. Especially if they're in the same family of substances.
Yeah. So Ember, the topic in the moment right now, Mr. AJ was kind of asking, does things get better after time? The memories or the euphoria of either going to the drug dealer's house or in the area of using drugs or just being in that environment after a period of time of sobriety. History just spoke on it for history, just like after 5 years after that 5-year mark, history said that it does get better. And I just wanted to speak on that also because I am at that 5-year mark. And I was just up in Columbus the other day and I'm going down, I'm passing Rich and Town Street and I was just I haven't even smoked crack and I don't even know. It's way longer than heroin and meth because I'm an intravenous. I used to be an intravenous heroin and meth user, but I'm still thinking the difference, Mr. AJ, was that I used to be oh man, I could go down or I did all those things, and I remember that that recall, what it was like, the rush of getting the money, the rush of finding the dope dealer, the rush of maybe trying to sell it. That was one of my things too, is just the whole thing, not just the use of it. But it does get better because now me at that 5-year mark, I'm damn, I can't believe I did that. So there wasn't really it's no longer a pull to go down that direction, but it's more of a reflection of what it used to be. At least that's for me. And Leanne and I and maybe some other people who are on the box right now. What used to be triggering for me is two different things, and then I'm going to jump off and let somebody else share. Is veins. Veins, if you got veins, really triggering. And then second was my dreams. My dreams used to be so real that sounds like Josh is crashing out. My dreams used to be so real that I would wake up and I'd be in a full body sweat and all the way to the point of doing the plunge. So that was more so than just seeing the roads or seeing the area. And I appreciate Mr. AJ for your counseling service work. It's top tier. We need it out there. And even though you haven't dealt necessarily with an addiction, there's still so much that can be learned from you because you're doing something that I was never able to do, which is stay clean. So I just don't ever want you to devalue that. I didn't hear that you did, but I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And with that.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. You learn so much when you're counseling and you're helping people, with addiction issues. You actually learn a lot about yourself, even if it doesn't apply specifically to addiction. It's just behavior, because a lot of it is really behavior based. So sometimes you might be doing something, the behavior is negative. It's just I'm not using, but the behavior is the same. So sometimes that happens with people in recovery. They still exhibit some of the behavior, but they're just not using. And so it applies. And I see that a lot. I've seen that with, a family member who struggled, and the behavior was still the same. In our environment, in our setting, a lot of times what happened was people who would come in, their issue was more or less, they had what we call the criminal lifestyle problem. And because they had a criminal lifestyle problem, the substance use came in a lot of situations after, because they now had the resources to use, better, higher quality. And because of that, you have to treat the criminal lifestyle problem along with the addiction. So it's more than just treating the addiction, it's the behavior that goes with it. And so that was like a two-pronged thing that we used to have to do, and it was a struggle sometimes. But the good part of the good news is, with the program that we are running and dealing with, our recidivism rate was less than half what the general population's was. So it was working. We only had about a 15% recidivism rate for several years. So
That's
it did work.
amazing. That's like the
Yes, it
opposite
did
of
work.
what it normally is, of like an 85% recidivism rate. That's
Yeah, yes. And if you compare it to the general population, ours was closer to almost 50% with the general population, and we got it down to about 15%. And the one big thing that I really found out was, we spoke to some of the judges after the fact, and they told us that they can definitely see the difference when someone goes through a recovery program inside the institution and gets out versus the ones who don't. So that made me feel like I wasn't just doing it I wasn't wasting my time. I was literally helping people. So that's something that to keep in mind. And as you got, as all of you are, if you're dealing with someone, or you're a sponsor, or you're working with someone who's struggling, just remember that. Remember that it's not going unnoticed, and it's not going. Don't think that it's a failure or a success. Most of the time, you're going to be successful, because you can turn those ones and those twos into 4s, 8s, and 16s just by you doing what you guys do. So I just want to say I really appreciate all of you guys who are in recovery and who are trying to help others, because that's how this works. It doesn't work if you guys don't not only help other people, but continue to spread this throughout the community.
because recovery's the new vibe, flat out.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
All right, James.
Good words. Good words, Mr. AJ. Appreciate the positivity. What's up, Josh? How you doing, man?
Good, man. My buddy was, I work part time at a nunnery doing security. My buddy came to the window, was like, security, security. And I was like, oh, crap. So it was just him laughing at me. I was like, man, that's not cool, bro. Nothing happens here. I don't have to do anything. That's what I like.
Hey. Okay. All right. Miss Ember. What's up?
So, I just want to remind everybody, because we love this room, right? We want to make sure this room stays
Yeah,
this room.
please do.
Make sure we're really working on saying the code words, because they'll throw us right off, and then I'll have to just raise hell, right? Because I'll be so upset. I'll be out there with picket signs. You know what I mean? We love Farrell, but so over. So, what was the topic? Boundaries?
It can be. The topic was like, does it get better the more time that you have when you go around those people, places, and things? Because sometimes people get like really pulled to it, or they have that recall of like, it's really difficult to pass that street that your plug was at, or if you have multiple different drugs, it's really hard to pull away from that, distract yourself. So, something like that, but it can be totally boundaries too. I mean, we can shift at this point, you know, it's whatever, you know how it goes.
So, I think that, like it's all about perspective, right? Like, of course, we all know this is going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. We're totally getting like reborn again. It's like childbirth, like, but as adults. You know what I mean? Like, we're being reborn into who the new person that we get to be, right? And how lucky are we? We get to rewrite our stories, right? And the normie doesn't get to do that. They get to just be stuck who they are for the rest of their lives. So I like to really point that out. But you know what I mean? Of course, it's going to be hard, but like for me, like I went into this knowing that it was going to hurt. It was going to be painful. I was going to be uncomfortable. I was going to be, you know what I mean? And once I trusted that process and I leaned on my higher power, like what I'm telling you, I always knew God. We went to Sunday school. We wore all nice dresses. You know what I mean? Like I always believed in God, but it wasn't until day 7 where I literally surrendered everything to God, blocked out a bunch of people, that I was scared to death to block out because they were my means of eating. They were my, all different reasons, you know what I mean? But they were bad people who were in active addiction. So once I blocked them people and I let go and I was like, God, I give it all to you, not just this. Like I used to say, you can have this, but don't touch this, don't touch this. That's not how it works. And I let go and I let God. He carried me the whole way. So like you can have 5 years, you can have 20 years, you can have 5 days. One person's journey is not going to be the same. You might be real comfortable for the first couple months. You might be really uncomfortable for the first couple months. The next person might be the opposite. It's all about your support system and your higher power. That's all it is.
Yeah. 100%.
I think it's also about who you surround yourself with, because they always say, people, places, and things. You gotta change them. Sometimes, I mean, everybody's different. Like I didn't want to come back to my old stomping grounds, but unfortunately, that's where my husband bought the house, but it's 6 miles away from my stomping grounds. But do I go in there? No. I have too many years under my belt of the substance that I used. And it just really stuck this time. Like I don't want to lose everything. I just, I don't want to go back to them streets. That really sucked. Really
But
bad,
some people are locked in their houses, right? Some people don't have people, places, or things. Like for me, I wasn't around nobody. I was isolated. I stayed like in my own cell that I made for myself. It's all about leaning on your support and being around people that are like-minded. There's Zooms, there's TikTok. There's no reason why anybody should ever feel alone ever again. And if that uncomfortableness is just getting up and putting your camera on and coming on to TikTok and getting in a recovery group, watch the process all unfold. It does it. You know what I mean?
I think this group has really brought me into the lives of TikTok more. I was just on one before this, and it was really fun. I mean, it's good to get your story out. It's good to tell people, because we all have different journeys that we go through, and just like I said in the last live, God puts us on these paths for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like He might put bumps in the road, and we deal with them. We've got to learn how to deal with them. And on AJ's topic about, going past that person's house, it's basically, I think he's asking, like, what really triggers us. And I can honestly say that I haven't been triggered at all. That's because I'm in a mindset of my own. You've got to, first you got to want it really bad. You've got to want it. Nobody can change you. You've got to want it for yourself.
But if you don't want it because you feel like you don't deserve it, and like I used to come on the TikTok elevated all the way up, and I'm not suggesting it, but the more I sat around like-minded people, and I'm looking at them, I want that. I want that. I want that. And I'm at 55 days today, friends. Like, so like, you know what I mean? I don't advise that. I'm not saying come on here bloated. I'm not. But what I'm saying is like, stick around people. If you see people that you're like, I want what they got, listen. Just zip your mouth and just listen, because you don't have to go through it alone. Some people don't believe that they even deserve recovery. They're like, I'm a POS. I don't even deserve it. But you do.
But we gotta reassure them that we're all worth it. We're not losers. We just we had a downfall in life. We make mistakes, and it's okay to make mistakes in life, as long as maybe we learn from them, if that makes sense. Some of us, it took me 26 years to get it. I'm so hard-headed, it's not even funny, guys. Like, man, I can't go back to that.
Well, Amber, let me say this real quick, what you're pertaining to that. But that's what you're talking about. We dealt with this in recovery. Is that you experience guilt and shame sometimes, and those are negative emotions. Those are all triggers. To want to use again. So people experience that when you start hearing them talking. If you're counseling them or talking, and they start talking like that, get them out of that mindset, because you shouldn't feel guilty. You shouldn't feel that way.
But you do. That's the reality.
I know you do. That's why it's our jobs to talk them down and say, no, you can't. I understand that you feel that way. Sometimes you feel bad about what you've done when you were using. You might have did something to somebody and you feel guilty about it. Don't listen. That's in the past. We're talking about your present and your future. You know what I used to tell people before I get ready to go. I gotta go here in a minute. But I used to tell people, you know, a lot of people had a love and an addiction to being in the streets. And
Yes.
so yes, and so I used to tell them, the streets don't love you, so why do you love the streets?
Yep.
The streets doesn't love you. The streets, as a matter of fact, the streets hate you because it's going to make sure.
that the streets love us a lot of the time, which is
Yes.
That's negative too, though. I mean, how's
Yes, but-
how's being in touch with your emotions and how you're feeling and feeling like a POS different than being told the streets don't love you? They love the streets. That's
Yeah, right.
heartbreaking to hear.
But you know what? It's hard love because the street. You're not going to being in the streets. You're not going. There's too many risk factors out there, and so you got to be in a place where you lower the risk.
Right, but there's just as much risk factors if you don't address your emotions and how you're feeling. You got to go through it to get through it. You know what I mean?
That's why I say the counseling plays a part in it because you have to talk these things, and it's best to do it sometimes in a group settings with other people in recovery, so they can tell because people have experienced exactly what you're talking about, and they can tell you how they got through it. And that's
Are you an addict, Mr. AJ?
No, I'm a counselor.
Okay.
I did substance abuse counseling inside a prison setting. So I did it for over 16 years. So I'm just telling you based upon. And a lot of times, just to let you know, Amber, when I would run the group, I would basically try and set it up to where they solved the problem. They would bring up an issue. They would bring up something, and I would just act like a referee and just try and keep them in bounds because I wanted them to fix their stuff, and I knew that they could do it better. A group of them could do it better. They say I could. So I wanted them to come up with the solutions and come up with these suggestions. I wanted them to do it. And so
I love that he just said that because I'm actually a recovering addict and I'm also a counselor. And that's one thing that, like, going through the lockdown facility that I did, I had counselors that weren't like addicts. Their families struggled with addiction. And that's one thing that I learned. As long as they let us during our group time, like, help each other fight through the triggers and things that we were going through, it was easier for us to work past that. Instead of someone sitting there, and that's how I run my group. I let the people in front of me take over that are struggling with the things that I'm not struggling with, and when they want advice or they want a suggestion, I'm able to throw it out there because I've been through it. Not only have I been through it, but I've learned more about the person that I am doing the things that I have had to do to become a counselor. I have to let those people that are struggling help each other in that group setting. The ones that are still out on the street struggling with this, and this, like, down to the point where, like, they are able to help each other with their own case management needs. Like, they know some more things that are going on in the streets than I do.
Definitely. I gotta go, but Farrell, I'll reach out to you and give you a date on when we can meet up for the show, the podcast. And I appreciate you guys for letting me on. And I'll be trying to listen in the back, but I got to do something right now. So I really appreciate
Hey,
it.
Mr. AJ, I followed you. Follow me back when you get a chance.
I sure will. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
And
I want to say real quick, James, when I first got on here, you mentioned, like, our day one, right?
Yeah.
Our day one
Yeah,
of being
I
clean.
brought it up.
Yeah.
So my
I
day
did,
one of being clean, I was standing at the juvenile courthouse in Brown County and decided that I wanted to do something different. So I turned myself into probation.
Whew.
I was sick. First time in my life I ever said, hey, I'm coming to you, or you come and get me. I was watching my newborn daughter, like, withdraw severely because I used while being pregnant with her. I watched her on the little camera in the NICU. Children's in Cincinnati had those cameras on the beds. I don't know if they still do or not. But that was, like, my thing. My children before her, it wasn't that they weren't good enough. It's I felt like I wasn't good enough. And in that moment, like, watching this baby with these tubes in her withdraw from the heroin that I'd done while I was pregnant with her, that was my thing. Like, I gotta be done. This is my child. I did this to, those are those little babies that have no say-so in the matter that they talk about in meetings and stuff. That was
Rachel,
my
you just like wrecked the shit out of me, girl. Like I wasn't ready to hear
was
that
my
for real.
baby
Like
mama.
that just hit me deep. That's real. I appreciate you
That was
saying that.
that's not the first child that I did that with. That was the first child that I did that with. My water broke in a little like run down half ass gas station in Feesburg, Ohio. I watched that child go through it, and then my child after that like watched her go through it, and finally it clicked to me like I have to be done.
Yep.
I just want to throw something out real quick. I've got to drop out. But to anybody on the panel, I work as a truck driver. I drive 10 hours a day and I have nothing better to do but listen to podcasts and music. And I shouldn't use the phrase nothing better to do. But if anybody just needs to talk or a friendly ear, or you just need somebody to scream and rage at, just send me a message. I'll let you have some private contact info, and just if you're struggling or you just need someone to help fill the emptiness of the void. If I'm awake, I'll respond, but I'm always available because I need to get out of my own head too, and if I can help somebody else out, might as well.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, history.
You know,
I
you're saying that in a
appreciate
room
that.
full of addicts, right? 24 crazy. I'm just. Dude, I love that girl. I just met her last night, and I just absolutely love her. She cracks me up. I'm totally
But
crazy.
Ember, I hit 17 years a couple days ago. Congrats on 55.
Woo! 17 years. Let's go. Wow. 17 years. I can't even imagine. One step at a time, friend. That's amazing. Wow. How'd you do it? You work a program? What'd you do?
I joined the Army. I don't recommend it.
How'd you? Wait, what did you say?
Join the Army.
Oh no.
No, that's what's up.
Yeah, the day I went sober, I enlisted in the Army and spent 6 months in basic training. And then I had a psychotic break and they sent me home. But I stayed clean, so.
That's it, friend. I love that. Amen.
Drill sergeants will keep you clean. I just really don't recommend the process.
What do you do now to stay sober? Like, what do you do now to keep your sobriety? Because I know, like, people when they drink, like they drink their whole life and then they get sober and they walk around like kind of like a dry drunk and they're alive, but they're really unalive inside. So, like, what do you do to keep your spark and keep yourself, you know what I mean, with yourself?
Well,
And thank you for your service, by the way. I appreciate that.
Thank you. I mean, I never served. I never got out of basic, so, but I appreciate it either way. But 10 years ago, I became a stepdad and an uncle. And a couple years ago, my wife called me while I was out on the road and she's like, you have to come home. Why? Because you need to talk to our nephew. Our nephew is going through stuff that me and my brother don't know how to deal with, but you've dealt with. You need to come home and talk to him. And I came home and talked to him, and we were going out to a family lunch, and I figured this is going to be like a 20-30 minute talk. This is just guy shit he can't talk with his dad about. And it's like, oh, I've been getting drunk and, smoking and all this. And I called my wife and I was like, I need you to figure out a way to delay for the next 2 or 3 hours because I'm going to be driving around town with our nephew till we're ready to come in. But he hits 4 years sober in July.
Awesome.
Nice.
But yeah, my son is the reason I stay sober.
Good for you.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Y'all have a good night. And again, don't be afraid to message me. And sorry, Farrell, this is going to be kind of a shameless throwout, but I tell my dog random history facts every day. So if you just need a really stupid video to cheer you up, just come to the channel.
Hey, that's great history. I'll have to check you out. That's
I love
awesome.
History. What's your fact for today?
it's happy and sad. In 1958 in Chicago at the Our Lady of the Angel Catholic School, a fire broke out because the school was not up to modern fire standards because it had been grandfathered in due to when it had been built. In room 209, Sister Mary Devine had 62 students. Where her classroom was, there was at the window, there was a corner into a hallway. She had her students put their books and papers into the doorway to try and keep the smoke out. She stood by the window and handed her students one by one to one of the priests of the school. She stayed in the classroom until she was sure everybody had gotten out before she left. She saved 61 of her 62 students. One was sadly lost in the chaos. The fire resulted in the next year 16,500 buildings all across the U.S. being updated to modern standards, and Sister Mary lived to the age of 100 and passed away in 2006.
Wow.
So sad and happy. Because,
Appreciate you.
but y'all have a good night.
Thanks.
Hey, you
Bye.
too. Thank you so much. Hey, Kels,
What's up?
you've been down there. You've been down there in the cut listening. How you doing tonight?
I'm just tired. I had a long day at work.
A long day doing the manager first of the month kind of
First
stuff.
of the month inventory.
Is you a big dog now? As you know, a recovering addict, they give you the keys. They tell you to do the numbers, and like that's where recovery's
Something
taking
I
you,
never
right?
thought I'd ever have again.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Never.
Yeah.
I know, right? Who would have thought that you would have the keys to the shop? Who would have thought that I'd behind a monitor monitoring like
Right.
different screens doing security like 5 months out of prison? Today is 5 months out of prison for me.
Wow. I know.
After 5 years being gone.
4 years.
That's awesome. I'm so proud of you.
I can't
Josh.
imagine.
What up?
You ever do prison time?
No, in jail.
Only jail. When's the last time you were in jail?
December 30th.
Recent. Almost a year ago. And look at you. You're collecting stuffs.
Yeah.
You can never
That's good.
tell.
That's awesome.
Never tell a cop he's a sore loser.
And you would never know.
Yeah.
Never tell
Come
a cop
on,
he's a
man.
sore loser.
I said, don't be a sore loser. I won this one. He said, get out of the car. I was like, all right. Turns out he wasn't a sore loser. Really regretted it.
Uh-huh. It's like, I'm sorry, guys. My bad.
Yeah, but I ain't no punk, so I mean, I'm thinking in my head, but I'm like, I'm not gonna say it. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, oh, screw you, bro.
Bye, Rachel.
Leanna.
I'm gonna go down with the ship.
Right. I'm committed at this point.
Yeah, man.
Bye, Nick.
Leanna, when was the last time you were in prison jail?
2018.
2018. Doing the thing.
Yeah.
Me too. And you thought that would stop me. That didn't stop me. I fucking hit the ground running when they released my ass. I said, woo, I'm out of here. I gotta get out of here with the fact I was locked up. What the fuck?
We have
And that wasn't my rock bottom. That wasn't my rock bottom. My rock bottom was the fact that I just wasn't getting anywhere in my life. I was at I had my kids. I had a beautiful home. Nothing was happening, but that was the problem. Nothing was happening. I wasn't advancing. I'm in college. I'm a full-time college student for business right now. And, it's just nothing was happening. I'm just like, dude, I'm growing up and like my birthday is December 8th and I'm just like, I'm just stuck. I felt like I was just stuck. And like, I was just so frustrated. I just had enough.
Yeah, I think we all know when like it just like sort of clicks in you when you've had enough, And we can't go back. I wish it would have clicked in me so many years ago. But I wouldn't be where I am today then. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so thankful for today.
Yeah, if it clicked years ago, I sure wouldn't have the record I hold today.
I know,
Right.
right girl? Yeah.
Hey,
I
Mark
actually worked in
Slipper.
2 prisons.
What?
Hey,
I'll
Mark
worship
Super's
you,
over there
brothers.
in the corner. Just wanted to say, hey, thanks for being in the box tonight.
You got it.
Appreciate you being here. Are you in recovery?
Oh, yes, I am.
You are.
Yes,
Great to hear. Where are you from?
I am from Seattle, Washington.
On the other side of things, I'm from Ohio.
There you go.
How long you got in, buddy?
26 years.
Wow.
Woo, quarter century plus one.
Yep.
We got.
And right now, right now, I am blessed to be next to Amber. She is a little rock star, and I see nothing but great things in her future.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate you, Mark.
You bet.
I just wanted to shout out to you real quick. You're just down there patient in the corner, like just listening, and you're in the box. So I wanted to give you a chance to say hey and all the stuffs.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it very much.
Always feel free to chime in because you got 26 years. You got 21 extra years of experience on me. And I'm sure that I know I could learn something from you, whether it's just getting down to the basics and just working something simple, or maybe it's just a simple little kind gesture or sentence, whatever it might be, that it might not go in one ear and out the other. It'll stop somewhere in between and bounce around, you know? So I'm always receptive to new things, man. I appreciate you being here.
Simple has been the key to my recovery.
You came in the other night, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I was gonna.
I thought I recognized your voice. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I think
And
he's been here a
you,
couple nights. Have you not?
I think I have, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing him.
You're the one who said that once you got into the program, started working the steps, you never relapsed, right?
That is correct.
Yes. Okay. See, I can remember things now. How cool is that? It may be a little fuzzy every once in a while.
Yeah.
But hey.
Hey, listen, James, wait till you get my age. That'll go away.
Oh, yeah.
I love the old timers. They keep me going. They're a little bit rough around the edges, but man, if you just get through that grittiness, I swear you hear wonderful things. If you coddle an addict, you bury an addict. And like
Wisdom.
Yeah.
for real.
You're gonna be an old timer one day, girl. Just stay young,
Just
honey.
wait, it's coming.
Yeah.
So I think that I'm just in the phase where I hear Mark and he's got 26 in. I hear Holly, you got 4.5 months in. Is that right? Yeah.
That's amazing.
You know, I hear Ember. I'm counting days with her. You know, like she's gonna be 60 before she turns on the 8th, the new birthday. So she's got 2 birthdays back to back. You know, and Kel, she's got a grip in too. So every time that I see someone share their sobriety date in the comments, in the box, it's like a birthday. It literally is. It makes me so happy to be part of this community and part of you guys who are willing to share and be transparent and share that story. And like, it's all pulls on my heartstrings and such, you know, like it's good shit. So thank you everybody for sharing
My
that.
sobriety date is July 21st. So I got a lot going on in July. I got 2 kids that I had in July. My daughter was July 31st. My son's July 17th. So yeah, I can't wait for July to come around.
My son's birthday's in July.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my youngest in May, so, but, yeah, I love my road to recovery. I mean, it's what I do. It's what I stay busy just to stay, because look, my lifestyle was horrible. I was on the streets. I was doing whatever.
Okay,
But
Prophet.
I wasn't like half of them though. I was what you call a functionable drug addict.
Yeah, I need to get better at using those code words. I appreciate Ember reminding us. Hey, we're getting close to time here, Leanne. Do you want to do a plug again?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're here most weeknights around 7 Eastern Standard Time, and on Friday and Saturdays we're here about 7:30. I also host a podcast called Feral But Sober. You can find it on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, any podcasting platform. I do a new episode live Fridays, usually around 6, Saturdays, usually around 1:30. If anybody ever would be interested in being a guest, shoot me a message. I always need guests.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll see the one. Okay.
Awesome.
Leanna's a peer recovery supporter. I'm a peer recovery supporter, and my information's in the feed. Follow Leanna. She's the greatest. We got Rockstar below us. Kels, she does Welcome to the Shit Show, which apparently was rocking last night. So there's all your information.
Like 4:30 this morning when I woke up to get on the interview with Kinsey, I like as soon as I turned on TikTok, it was you guys were on there.
Yeah. We were on all night. I hit 100 people in my chats last night.
Oh wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Absolutely. It was like so overwhelming. I'm glad I've got mods to be able to handle that for me. Cause I was, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hello, follow, share, like tap. I could do nothing but. And then I actually, Leanna, when I got off of mine, I actually jumped into yours for a few minutes and was listening to you.
Yeah, Kels was
So,
like,
yeah.
James, what was Leanna doing up that early? I was like, oh, I know.
James, I was like, Leanna was up super early this morning. She hit the bed up and running.
That's great. That's great. Well, you guys have a good night. I gotta go jump on my Zoom meeting. I'll see
Hopefully
you
see you tomorrow, Holly.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Connie, I'll get a hold of you and we can talk podcast over.
Yes.
Okay, have a good night, everybody.
You too, Holly. Nice to meet you. Bye.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Bo Mikes, we're real close to jumping off here, but if you need support, if you're in recovery, you need someone to talk to real quick, my information's in the feed. I'm a peer recovery supporter. Leanna above me is also a peer recovery supporter. Just wanted to offer that to you. Are you in recovery?
No, but I stopped by here. I saw your thing, and I thought it'd be a good idea too.
Hey, so we're here to share our stories, share our experiences, get down and dirty, or talk about light stuff. It's whatever kind of hits the flow. Everybody's welcome as long as you're not talking about crazy things or being disrespectful. Hey, it's a good place to be just to find some friends, man. For real.
Right.
I'm from Ohio. Person below me from Texas. We got an OG over on the other side, Mark Super. Above me is our host, Leanna, and we love having new people and just shooting the breeze. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, I think I like that.
And we're here like every night of the week, so we pop in at 7
Every
o'clock.
night.
Weekends are a little wonky, like 7:30 ish, something like that. But we try to be within the first 10 minutes of 7 o'clock on the weekdays. So check us out if you have a chance, buddy. I'm going to give you a follow. Follow me back, and hey, anytime.
Yeah, anytime you see us live, you're more than welcome just to hop on in. We all three do lives. I do a live, James does, so does Leanna. You're more than welcome to jump in anybody's you see.
All right, I'll stop back by tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Oh, and Ember does too, down there.
Yeah, Ember, I forgot. Hey, Ember, I did send you a follow. I've been at work all weekend. I've been in the comments, but I ain't been able to be on screen. But I did send you a follow.
All right, girl. I think I follow you back. There's no fancy plus sign next to your situation, so I think we're friends.
Right?
But good, cool. Nice to meet you all. I love being here. I'm actually like 10 minutes late to my other live that I'm on, but we're here.
Yeah, I am too, honestly. But what's 10 minutes,
God said stay put and stay here, so I said,
right.
Okay.
Well, this sounds like a great place to wrap up here. Love all of you. Thank you, Leanna. We got up to like 29, almost 30 people today.
Yes.
And what are we, like a week in, 2.5 or week and a half in now?
Leanna,
we're at 20. 1,000 likes. Yeah. So
Connect with me later on, Leanna and James. I just want to throw some ideas your way, friends. Thank you for having me. It's always a great time. I'm glad you guys filled this room up. I'm not surprised at all. I can't wait for the next time we meet. What, tomorrow?
Yes.
tomorrow.
All right, friends.
All right. Bye, everybody. Kels, I'll
Bye,
see you
Leanna.
soon.
Bye.
Like he said,
I'll pop in
both
a
of
minute,
our
Kels. Bye,
information
Leanna.
is in the chat. Bye, James. Both of our informations are in the chat. If you need anything, if you I know you said like you thought it would be a good idea to stop in, so I don't know if you were just kind of needing to talk. If you do, my number's there. James, if you'd rather a man, James is there. Whatever, either way, we're both here to support you. If not, if you just wanted to hang out, we'll be here at 7 tomorrow.
And I'm on my way to another recovery live. If anybody wants to follow me over there, don't feel weird. Just follow me on over,
Yeah,
friends.
I'm coming. I didn't really get to talk to, I don't know, and I wanted to say some things today, so I'm gonna just jump over there and get some stuff off my chest. But
Oh, I'm sorry, Leanna.
no, not like that. I just, you know what I mean. I just wanted to speak, and I'm gonna go. There's plenty of places to go. I like it. That's
Yeah,
the
come
whole
on
thing
over.
Hosting, we're the hosts, so I kind of let it,
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna pop off, and I appreciate you guys doing this, and I'll give it a shot tomorrow. And
Absolutely.
pop
Bye,
in and
Prophet.
see what's up.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.